Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
I'm Holly.
Back there's Tucker.
Yep, that's me.
And we have finally gotten one, a 2024 Toyota Tacoma, for a full week to test for you here on the channel to see how this four-door pickup truck fits our family of three. Stay tuned. All right, Holly, we're doing things in a little bit of a reverse order this week. We're actually going backwards from how we normally do. While we're stopped waiting on traffic, I'm going to talk about the cameras on this, because we don't typically get to talk about cameras because they typically don't work when we're moving. 14-inch screen here, tons of camera views. I think this is Tucker's favorite part right here. This one's a little bit unique in that you've put a majority of the miles on this one.
Although that's becoming more common.
That is true. That is true. You took this one to Dallas and back. You put some highway miles on it, so you've got more driving experience than I do. But let's stick to our normal formula. We'll do outside, inside driving behavior. What are your thoughts on the style of this Tacoma Limited?
I like it. I feel like it looks like a sporty truck.
Okay.
Not like your grandfather's truck.
Interesting. We'll come back
You
to
think
that.
it looks like your grandfather's truck?
We'll come back to that. Maybe not so much the look, but we'll come back
Not the
to
look.
that.
We're talking about the look.
Yeah. I've been jokingly calling this one, I don't know how much Nickelodeon you watched, the Crimson Chin, because it's red and we have that massive black plastic chin on the front of this for aerodynamic purposes.
Really? You call that a chin? I call it a goatee. I honestly kind of didn't notice it until you pointed it out. You're talking about the thing that's kind of like underneath, right? The only thing that is kind of a head scratcher is I'm like, but then it would scrape.
Yep. And I have. So,
And that's the point of having a big car, truck.
but otherwise, the exterior design you really like?
I like it. I even like this red.
Tucker, what do you think about the exterior of this? What's your favorite part? Let me guess. The red paint?
Yes.
Moving inside, what are your thoughts in here?
Well, it was comfortable as far as sitting.
It still is, right?
No, it is. It was I was just saying it was comfortable for a long distance.
Okay.
As well as the short distance.
Okay.
You wouldn't know.
No, I don't.
You haven't driven long distance. But the seats were still comfortable driving long distance, so I liked that. It's, for a short person, it's an easier truck to drive,
Okay.
I think. I like this. Faux wood or whatever it is.
So you like the fake
Is it
wood?
faux wood?
Yes, that is. I mean, wood does
You
not
don't
make
like
that
it?
noise.
Yeah.
I
like it.
I mean, some of the other trims get some glaringly obvious plastics, like body color painted plastic. I don't know. The design in here. What are your thoughts on the overall design in here?
I like the two tones.
Yeah,
Or
multiple
four
different
tones.
lots of tones.
Lots of tones.
What are your thoughts on the big screen?
I like the big screen. I like these things.
Yeah.
The buttons.
The toggles, they are
The
very
toggles.
nicely.
This is a solid
Gear selector.
gear selector. I like that. I like the perforated edges on the steering wheel. Those are the things I like.
Okay.
Heated and ventilated seats. No, not two-person memory seats.
No memory seats in this one, but I do like, what's my favorite thing about the heated and ventilated
It
seats?
remembers.
Yep. So if you leave them on, they stay on.
It
until you turn
remembers,
them off.
but you can't remote start it, so
Yes, you can.
can you?
Yes.
Has it worked?
Yes. You have to stand on one foot and close one eye and do all kinds of crazy things to get the remote start to work, but you can remote start it.
Okay.
Yep.
You might be able to remote start it. Okay.
Want to know a trick feature of this one? And the sound system, we don't typically talk about the sound system.
What's that?
The speaker comes out, and it's a Bluetooth speaker.
Wow. For tailgating and stuff?
Yep.
That's fun.
Other thoughts in here? You said the seats were comfortable.
Okay, let's
you
talk
like
about
the cream.
storage.
Okay.
I'm going to use my phone as a prop.
Okay.
I like this guy here.
My wallet's
Well, I know
there.
this is like a wireless charger. It's supposed to go there. But look, you could do that.
Dual phones.
You could do that.
Mm-hmm.
This is,
My wallet fits in there just
is
fine.
this fine?
Yeah.
I like this little cubby here.
It can go up here if you had to.
This little cubby over here
Yeah.
on both sides.
Yep.
So, yeah.
You like the storage?
And this could be bigger,
Yeah.
but it's fine.
And then
This is
big, but like I got to get out of the way.
Dad didn't forget about my pots.
What are your thoughts on how much room you have back there, T-Man? You have a lot
Pretty
of
small.
pretty small, kind of.
Is it easy to get in and out of there?
Nope.
No,
Why not?
because my seat's too far back.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little tight in here, which I guess is a perfect segue to putting in Tucker's child safety seat. Before I bring in Tucker's child safety seat, I do want to talk about the back seat for adults. First of all, we have power running boards. I really like that. And then sitting behind myself, well, this is a shortcoming of the midsize pickup truck platform. They really want to keep these pickup trucks able to fit inside a standard garage. And well, that trickles down to back seat space. I'm 5'10". I can fit back here nicely. I mean, it's mid-size sedan-ish, maybe compact sedan, but definitely not just super roomy back here. Some things I do like, we have a couple cup holders back here, but no grippers, and a little notation, kept bottles only. We have 2 USB-C ports back here and a 120-volt, 2400 watt 3-prong household style plug back here. A little bit of a transmission tunnel, no air vents whatsoever back here, and no full down center armrest either. So a little short on amenities back here, but pulling the door shut, I do have that same kind of armrest style level right here in the back window, and then just a little bit of storage in the door, as well as a grab handle right here. But that is really about it. This is a 60-40 split back seat and split bottom seat, but because this has that hybrid powertrain, the battery is underneath the seat here, so there's really no way and no need to fold the seat up back here. You just can't do it. It's like the Tundra, the battery is underneath the seat. But before I bring Tucker's child safety seat in, I will also let you know split back seat as well. There is some storage back here. This is where your jack is and your tools for replacing a flat. There are some grocery bag holders back here as well, but the top tether is actually on the back of the seat itself. And this is a major shortcoming of the Tacoma in the segment. I don't know how the sales leader is going to get away with this. Frontier still does this, but Colorado, Canyon, and the Honda Ridgeline and the Ford Ranger all have done away with having to fold the seat forward to get to that top tether. I really, really, really wish Toyota would get the hint. But yeah, there we go. And then we do have this little flap here for protecting the seat when we do bring the top tether around. But we'll get to that here in just a moment, because I will bring in Tucker's Graco extended fit child safety seat, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna put it in its rear facing format. And well, that's a tough one, because it doesn't want to fit. So I am absolutely 100% gonna have to move this front seat forward, and by no means is it gonna be any way comfortable for me when I get this in a proper situation for a rear-facing car seat. Still, even as much as I moved it, we're still gonna have to go further. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is not gonna be good for front seat comfort at all. And there we go. We finally have it in a usable position. And now I'm gonna attempt to climb in here as a functioning adult, and wouldn't you know it, it just does not work. You cannot sit in this front seat in any comfortable manner. Luckily, rear-facing car seats typically are only used about 2 to 3 years before their legs get too long and they need to turn around. If this is ever going to be your situation, rear-facing car seat back here and somebody trying to ride up front, you may look at the Tundra, or you may look at some others in the segment. We did test the Honda Ridgeline. It had plenty of room. It has perhaps the best back seat in the entire segment. Say what you will about its truckworthiness, but its back seat is definitely better than this. We'll go ahead now and turn this around and put it in the proper configuration. We'll drop this top tether, and this right here is why I dislike so much the tether situation in this and the Nissan Frontier. It's just not good, guys. It's not conducive to taking in and out and moving around. Let's see, my goodness, I don't like it. And even still, I'm having a hard time actually getting to the tether itself because of the seat back material. It's just not good. Just not good all the way around. And we'll put that back in place, make sure it latches. And now we'll scoot the seat, try and tighten this, but we'll come back to that. As far as the lower anchor points, they are fairly easy to get to, so I do like that. And the side running board does make getting in here and tightening this down relatively easy, so I can snug that down rather nicely. So that's not going much of anywhere. Now let's go ahead, tighten this down as best I can. And yeah, now it's in here. The real trick will be getting it out. I'm not doing that until they come and pick this up a week from now. So this is staying put. And then when it comes to overall cargo and storage, well, there are some nifty tricks back there in the back. So we'll take a quick look. When it comes to storage in the bed, there are a lot of ways to get back here. A lot of ways. We have a button right here on the side that you can get to, much like the bigger Tundra. You've got a button over here on the passenger side, unlike the Toyota Tundra. So that is something Tacoma engineers had to fight for. And then you also have the button right there in the traditional location, all of which deploy this power deploying up and down tailgate, which I really like. So those are just some of the options. You also get an option here on the key. You just hold the key. So I like that a lot. Keeping with Tacoma heritage, we get a composite bed in here. You can get a spray and bed liner, but we do not have it here. You can see previous journalists have done some work back here, so you can see about what the wear and tear is going to look like over time with this composite bed. It's plastic, y'all. It's plastic. You can see where it's bolted in. We do get some D-ring tie downs in the bed. We get some up there towards the front. We get some power back here in the bed. 120 volt 2400 watt 3-prong outlet, just like what we saw inside. We get some movable tie downs there. And then we get this interesting little storage space right here with some additional power with USB-Cs and whatnot in it. So if we had the Trailhunter trim, I do believe that's where the air compressor would be. There are some other unique spots in this, like this spot right here on top of the wheel well, where you can put a 2x4 and have a tiered storage section. You also have one further back here. So all that is very nice back here in the back of the Toyota Tacoma. And then you can see, yes, it does say Tacoma on the top of the bed, which I can just barely lift up on it with my knee and it closes all by itself. Back seat space it's like the entire segment. It's tight. It's not
tight.
great.
The whole inside is tight.
Yeah. And like I was saying, even trying to get in here is like, I got to get out of the way just to get into the glove box.
And I'm a short person and I feel cramped.
Yeah, yeah.
And so if Tucker was a teenager.
Yeah. Although he wouldn't be in that seat anymore, so there is that.
That would be helpful, but it's still pretty tight back there.
Yeah. We are on the historic brick streets of downtown Tyler, Texas now. How is your wobbly head back there, T-Man?
Little wobbly.
A little wobbly? How's yours?
It's a little wobbly. I mean,
for a pickup truck.
For a pickup truck, it's not so bad.
Yeah. Rides pretty well over this rough pavement. We're going to get up here. We've already hit the biggest bump.
Yeah.
Kind of sidesteps that conversation, but we're about to go over decommissioned railroad tracks up here. I mean, for a pickup truck, it does very well on imperfect pavement.
Yeah.
How is the power delivery over there?
Popping around town, it's fine. Mm-hmm. Driving in high-speed traffic in Dallas, not so great.
Really?
Not so
Elaborate.
Great. It was really hard for me. So I found this really hard to drive. Of course, this is just a big car,
Yeah.
a big truck.
Yeah.
And I would not consider this a mid-sized truck at all, other than it's really small on the inside, because driving it feels really big on the outside. And so I was driving through Dallas in construction, where they have the walls up and the lanes are very narrow, and I was white knuckling it the whole way.
Interesting.
And it was really hard for me to, it felt hard for me to like zoom up and get in, you know, because some of those are like, your exit is now.
Yeah.
So this was not the easiest vehicle to zoom up in front of traffic that's going really fast to try to get where I'm going in Dallas traffic.
Interesting. Because this is the most powerful powertrain offered in the Tacoma. It's a turbo hybrid 4-cylinder, and the hybrid battery is underneath Tucker. Talked about that already, but it's one of the most powerful in the segment. So interesting that you said that. I don't have that experience, so I will lean on your experience.
That was my
Interesting.
experience driving it. I would hate to have a lower powertrain then.
Okay.
And be driving in the conditions I was driving in.
Interesting. And to you, it feels big. Well,
It feels really big.
just its overall presence. What about the
Yes.
steering feel?
The steering feels fine.
Okay.
That, no issue. It's not tight. To me, it's just right. It's not tight and it's not loosey-goosey.
Okay.
It's just more of the
vehicle.
stockiness of the shape of the vehicle.
What are your thoughts
Of
on
the truck.
visibility? I see you've already got
Visibility
the
is terrible.
rear view camera turned off, but
Well, okay, so it does have a rear view camera. I don't love, in general, rear view cameras. It messes with my brain. It messes with my eyes. So I don't have it turned on, but the visibility is not great.
yeah. All right.
Which is probably why they have it and why I should probably be using it, but I would have to use it a lot more than just a week to get used to that.
Interesting. So I feel like I'm coming to a final conclusion on this one, but I'll go ahead and ask, do you have any other thoughts before we get to price?
No, I mean, for the most part, I mean, I know I went to the negative side towards the end here. It is fun to drive, just not in like
Dallas construction.
Dallas construction, traffic,
Okay.
high-speed situations.
Okay.
Hey, Dad,
Yes, sir.
did you know the cars we got was red?
Yeah. You like red cars, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any thoughts on window, or should we talk fuel economy and then
Yeah, we should talk
price?
fuel economy.
So we've got multiple panels over here. I'm going to go ahead. In the 300-ish miles that we've driven this, you're getting 20.4. A lot of that was highway. This is rated at 23 city, 24 highway, 24 combined. So not quite seeing that, but this is a pre-production model. So there is that.
Yeah.
Care to guess? This is the limited trim, which is the highest trim that isn't off-road focused, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Trailhunter and TRD Pro that's up
Okay.
above this.
78.
No, way too high.
Oh, too high.
Way too high.
57.
Much closer. As this one is 56,225.
Okay, so like I went high because of the hybrid.
Yeah.
No.
But at 56,000, this competes around the same as some of the other vehicles that we've had. We have not had the GMC Canyon Denali, but that would be its biggest rival, the Canyon Denali. What are your thoughts now knowing the price?
Well, the price is definitely nice. It does have a head-up display, which we didn't talk about, which is
yes.
nice.
Makes
So-
up for the lack of memory seats?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is the only thing that's really missing that we would want is the memory seats. So,
All right. So I made a joke about this being our parents' car or our grandparents' car. Who is this for? Is it for us?
no,
The back seat's a little
the
too
back
tight.
seat's a little too tight for kids.
I feel like this would be a great truck for my parents. They don't need the back seat, but they could use the back seat. when they feel like they need a truck, they've got a truck. And in
Is
theory,
it too hard to climb into,
it's
though?
good fuel economy. I mean, I've got a handle over here. You've got the steering wheel. We've got the power retractable steps.
Even it's very helpful back here for me too.
Yeah.
Even though once I'm me climbing in this truck, I kind of hit my head in the handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is actually very helpful.
That's good.
So you think it's not easy to get in and out of?
No,
No?
I don't think so. I mean,
Interesting. Interesting.
But I'm short, so
I feel like this would be a good truck for my parents. This or the Honda Ridgeline, which they were very, very interested in when we had. But go see that video. If you want to see more from Holly from Tucker, some behind the scenes, you can find her on Facebook and Instagram at Female Consumer. You can find all things GT Garage Talk at GT Garage Talk, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, you name it, at GT Garage Talk. Or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. But is this one for us? Yeah.
we'll enjoy it right now.
We'll enjoy it while we've got it. Be sure and hit the subscribe button to see what we have next. But until next time, Gearheads. Bye.
Bye.
So,
I do like that.
if you're active and now it doesn't want to go back in, go back in.
Uh-oh, you
Oh no,
broke it.
I broke it. There we go. There we go.
I kind of discovered that when you don't expect a light to turn green and you're on your phone, when you get off your phone, you kind of step on the pedal really fast and your head like can go forward.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.